Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we're talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm just talking about an after show I just saw that I was disturbed about regarding the latest episode about the alleged reason that Kelly and BRIT are no longer friends, and it's over a stylist. It's over Kelly's glam team. Are you kidding me right now? Is this what we're doing for season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta? No wonder everything is a complete bleep show. No bleeping wonder everything is a freaking bleep show, you guys. What is happening? What the Welly-yance? Like what is happening? Dro and Portia share some of the same glam people. Portia recommended some of her glam people to Drew, and y'all remember at the Ball main event, that was when Portia said that her makeup person had to rush through her makeup because they had an appointment with Drew. Of all the things that Portia and Drew have got going on, I've never heard of their fallout being anything related to anybody's glam team, and that's what Portia and Phaedra were conveying. They're like, a lot of us share some of the same glam people because everybody has their own features that the glam person is going to bring out. Like there shouldn't be any jealousy or anything like that there, but my problem is that a couple of months ago, Kelly introduced on the Nashville trip her whole glam team, opened them up to BRIT because she was siding with BRIT with the whole Kenya situation. So you told BRIT, you could use this glam squad as long as you need to. I'm here for you. I want you to feel pampered. I want you to feel good about yourself, this and that. Y'all matching outfits. Y'all doing all this and doing all that in Nashville, acting like each other's yin to each other's yang. And apparently behind the scenes, according to BRIT, Kelly had a problem with how much time the makeup artist, the hair person was spending on BRIT, as if, BRIT doesn't have, like I'm so confused. BRIT is way taller than Kelly. BRIT's got a lot more hair than Kelly. Like, how are they supposed to know automatically, different styles, different things that would be a benefit to BRIT if it's their first time meeting her? They're used to you, Kelly, so they're used to what they're going to do for your makeup. They're used to what they're going to do for your styles and what you're interested in. They don't know BRIT. Like y'all gonna have me out here defending BRIT and wishing BRIT attended the reunion. Like what is happening? I'm so confused because this is so stupid. This is so juvenile. This is so elementary school, you guys. And that's what is really irritating me. Of all things to fall out over, you guys. I could see if it was something serious, like you maybe loaned somebody some money, they never gave you back your money, or somebody was being two-faced and just talking down to you, about you behind your back, or just something really conniving and shady. But this fallout over a stylist, and I guess it got to the point that Kelly was jealous of how BRIT's looks were looking compared to hers, and felt that the stylist and the hair people and everybody else, the videographer, they were doing a better job than Kelly, and Kelly was sabotaging, allegedly, BRIT's, glow up with the same glam team, and was telling, BRIT not to post on social media what the glam team did and everything else because she was jealous that her photos, her videos turned out better than hers. But are we going to talk about the bad fashion choices that Kelly has in the first place? It's looking more and more to me, the moment that Kelly saw Shamia's house episode 1 and everything else and just attached herself to Shamea. She was looking for any excuse she could use to get rid of BRIT. And she wanted Portia's spot from the jump. That was why she said from jump, you know, why did you take that woman's husband? Kelly doesn't really care. It was always about having Portia's spot. It was always about this fake friendship with BRIT. You're up here talking about planning BRIT's wedding and everything else, to have a real ceremony with her husband and all this and that. Whole time you were plotting. When can I discard of her? And you knew you would look bad if you discarded her with the whole Kenya thing, so you stuck it out for a little while. But now your true colors are showing, now that you and Shamea were able to be together for the planning of this Grenada trip. And now you feel like, okay, boom, don't need BRIT no more. No. So I guess Cynthia had also said on the after show that she had got more insight that basically, you know, BRIT essentially was blindsided. BRIT was blindsided by all of this and thought that her and, Kelly were good because this fallout made 0 sense. And then Portia also spilled some tea that allegedly, so when you leave Grenada, you have to go back to wherever the port is, right? And so they flew back to Miami. And why am I talking about a port? I'm up here thinking cruise. Never mind. But they had to fly back to Miami and then fly back to Atlanta. But I guess while they were waiting before they had to fly back to Atlanta and Miami, Portia said that there was a private dinner with her, Kelly, and Shamea. And Kelly was being phony, pretending like there was nothing wrong with her and BRIT. But really, the reality was Kelly was already checked out from BRIT. But she was trying to downplay that there was any issues in front of Portia because obviously she knew Portia would tell BRIT like what the real tea was. But obviously Kelly already knew that she was done with BRIT, but wanted to play like there was nothing wrong this whole time behind her back. But she had already disposed of BRIT. Everybody else just didn't know the extent, I guess. And so, Portia's like, well, maybe you should, you and her should have a conversation. And Kelly's like, oh, yeah. Like it's weird because even Portia and Phaedra called out how BRIT and Kelly are trying to act like frickin' Frack 2.0. They're trying to act like Ren and Stippy and everything else, and it is just weird. But all of this over a stylist, and I suspected this from the beginning. I suspected that there was going to be a fallout in regards to this stylist, but it's so juvenile to me. It is so juvenile to me because Kelly, you and BRIT don't look the same. You and BRIT don't style the same and everything else. And you should not be insecure about what your stylist has planned for somebody who you're supposed to be calling your bestie and helping her feel glammed up and glowed up, during a difficult time and everything else. And the thing of it is, like, if we want to keep it a buck, really, like Cynthia said it. The model herself said it, that you and Shamea have the worst fashion, have the worst glam team anyways. And this is no shade to the glam team, but I'm saying, like, y'all don't really be, eating with y'all outfits like y'all think y'all are. Y'all don't really be doing it with y'all outfits like y'all think you are. Just because it is a designer label, like Luann said from Real Housewives of New York, even the designer makes mistakes. Even the designer makes mistakes, and not everything is meant to be worn. Not everything is meant to be a design. Not everything, just because it costs hundreds and thousands of dollars, doesn't mean that it is stylish. It doesn't mean that it is cute. All it means is you can afford it and it's expensive, but it doesn't mean that it looks good. Like make it make sense. Some of the outfits that some of y'all be having on, I've seen better at the regular department stores. Like, what are we doing? But I just wanted to get on here because this is why, like, I have been in zero hurry to catch up with Real Housewives of Atlanta because this is just so stupid to me. It is so stupid to me, of all things. And it's like, you and the thing that was crazier too in the after show segment, they didn't even show, I don't know if it was just edited out, but they didn't even bother going to Shamea and Kelly for an explanation and all of this. But everybody that talked about this was the segment with Cynthia, Angela Oakley, and Drew, in which Angela had mentioned to Drew that something was off with BRIT and Kelly's friendship in Grenada. And also the other segment was primarily with Portia, Britt, and Phaedra. They all were leading this conversation, basically saying Kelly snaked, this friendship with Britt over the stylist. And it's so weird. Like, if you have a real issue, just say that. But it seems like in Kelly's eyes, she saw a bigger fish in Shamia, realized she didn't need Britt anymore, and completely abandoned ship, and is using her glam team as the scapegoat. But I don't think it's even that. She might have been jealous of how Britt looked with her glam team, but it was really about catching the bigger fish. But her and Shamia need to realize that the audience is going to see through y'all games. The audience has already clocked, and Angela's already clocked, that Shamia held on to how Portia treated her all these years until she could get a peach, and then decided to turn on Portia, so people aren't featuring that. And now, Kelly, the same with you. You were trying to bide your time with Britt until you could latch on and be a part of the Shamia crew and take Portia's spot as Shamia's bestie, and then dispose of Britt. And now y'all are the main ones trying to play victim out here. Y'all the main ones trying to flip this around like this is everybody else's fault. Shamia knew what she was getting into in this friendship with Portia and everything else, and you allowed it. You allowed yourself to put up with it as long as you still had an opportunity to be on this show, and then you were going to wait till you get a peach to ultimately turn on Portia. And Kelly, this whole thing with Britt is just weird. Like with friends like this, y'all don't need no enemies. Because how is it that you're going to offer me your glam team to help me out in a time of need when I'm going through it and everything else, and then just snatch them away, like the jaws of victory, just snatch them away from me, just randomly out of nowhere, and sabotage me like this? Say 1 minute that I can continue to use your glam people until I can find my own, and then when my looks look better than yours, when my hairstyle, my makeup looks better than yours, brings out my features better than yours, now all of a sudden you give an ultimatum to your people that it's her or me. What? No. All of this over a silly ultimatum, all because you were jealous of how your friend looked with your same glam squad. But like Portia and Phaedra said, who are veterans in this, none of that should matter. None of that should be a thing. But this is why this season is just all over the place, y'all. It is all over the place, and I understand why, production feels the way that they did, and they just panicked with this season. Because what is this? What is this, y'all? So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.